Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. It's Friday, about 3 o'clock, something like that. Doing a review outside in the shade. It's got a little chill in the air. Didn't get real warm today, but yeah. So this is a Boulevard Brewing Company beer, Cherries Jubilee QAUD barrel-aged cherry ale, and it is a 12.9% ABV. Wow, this was a $4 beer, so hope it's really good for that price. Can you see the, looks like some cherries on top of what, ice cream, or now what's Jubilee? So I'll let this sit out for 45 minutes. This seemed like one that you would do that with. It does not say porter or stout, it's just a barrel-aged cherry ale, but it's still got a chill on it, so, but it just seemed like one that you'd want not so cold. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, boy, it smells good. Let's get this thing into a glass. Okay, it's like an amberish color, or a brown ale. Has a nice barrel-aged aroma. Nice one finger head, kind of got a khaki color to it. The texture of the head is a little fine foamage going on. It's got a deep amberish, almost brownish actually. You get the alcohol a little bit, you get the barrel aged thing. Got a nice, almost like whiskey, kind of like a doesn't say whiskey barrel, but it has like a whiskey barrel kind of a aroma. Smells good. Do I smell cherries? Maybe just very slightly. For the name being bold and saying cherries on there, I would have expected it to be just a little bit more stronger of the cherry, if that's what it's all about. That's just what I assume by it's in the title of the beer. So, so it's cherry ale too. Maybe we'll get it on the taste. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. It's Friday. Did I mention it's Friday? Okay, let's try it. Ooh, wow. Whew. Well, the alcohol gave me a chill down my skin. Just kind of made me shiver. Ooh, that's good though. Wow. Light carbonation. Let me see again. Light carbonation, medium body. You get about what you get on the aroma. You get about, on the taste, you get it's about the same as on the aroma. A little bit more caramel on the taste. I didn't get really like a whole lot of caramel on the aroma, but there's like a caramel thing. You get the barrel-aged taste, little woodiness. Okay. The cherries are coming in on the aftertaste. I would have expected them to be on the initial drink, but I'm getting them on the aftertaste. Let's see again. You get them just a little bit on the initial drink, but I get them more on the aftertaste. For it being a cherry ale, which this is my first cherry ale, I would have assumed that it'd be a little bit more dominant cherry flavor. But this is really good though. It is really good. Big flavors. Like I said, I don't know what the Jubilee part is, if it has any kind of significance in the taste. I'm not really getting anything different other than just that light cherry taste. But the other flavors are really nice in here. The barrel-aged taste, the woodiness, that little bit of caramel going on. It's a good beer. $4. I think it'd be more of a $3 one. So that's not too bad. What would I rate it? It's really good. I'd give it a 10. I just won't do the 10 plus. I would have done a 10 plus if I really got a little bit more cherry flavor going on. Just to kind of highlight that it's a cherry ale. But like I said, I don't have any experience in cherry ales, so maybe this is all you get in a cherry ale. Any of you ever had cherry ales before? And is this all you get? I'm just curious. Should we make this a little bit of a chat fest while I'm drinking this out here, enjoying this decent temperature? Yeah, like I said, it's Friday, about 3 or 4 o'clock. Decent day at work. Went pretty smooth. I just cleaning up all my mess from my past week of trying to get classrooms done. So boss let me leave early today. A lot of times on Fridays he does that. So it was nice getting out. I had to get home, take my wife and I was gonna take her Honda up excuse me, to Hidden Tires to get her some new tires. She's got a 94 Honda Accord. I think that's what it is. Anyway, seems like that's what it is, but no, I'm not sure. Anyway, she bought it from her sister some years ago. Never changed the tires. She got it 8 years ago. It's been the same tires on there the whole 8 years. And it's not like she drives it like every day. So the tires maintained pretty good quality over the years. But that car is what I drive when the weather's bad. Snow, and a little bit of ice. That car does really good on snow and ice. Not necessarily ice, but it does better than probably what some cars, would be able to do. But but yeah, it's gotten to the point where it starts starting to spin. The tires were just a little bit. So I thought, you know, maybe we better just go ahead and get new tires on it. And it pulls to the right really bad, so getting her a front end alignment. So that car should drive really nice after they get done with it. But they didn't have the tires. The tires that are on there now are called Tiger Paw. And the girl wasn't familiar with that brand. I don't know where, I mean, that was 8 years ago that those tires come about. But yeah. So we're getting Firestone all-weather tires put on it. But yeah, they didn't have those in stock, so now we gotta wait till like 4 days. I think it's like Tuesday. They're gonna probably get them in or something. So, so there's that. Is there anybody out there that's clumsy? I think it's mostly like older folks like me, 60 years and above. But my wife did it first. She got her a drink. She has one of those aluminum, you know, thermal or whatever type of cups that keep your drink cold for a long time. And then she put like one of these hard plastic straws in it, and she put it on the countertop, right? And the straw sticks up kind of far, so she opens up the cabinet door on the, you know, that's sitting on the countertop, right? And she opens up the cabinet door, and he hits the straw, and he knocks the whole cup over. The cup hits the floor, the lid comes off, and there's pop like all over the place, and there's a refrigerator right there, and it's just a running. The pop is just a running down up underneath the refrigerator and all along the cabinets, and it's just a mess. We have ants in spring and summer. We deal with that occasionally. And this is just we're just calling them in. You know, we're just inviting them in if we don't get that cleaned up real good. So it was a project. A spill becomes a project. You have to get out the mop, have to wipe down the cabinets, wipe off the sides of the refrigerator and everything, because it went down between the refrigerator. It's just a mess. She broke the straw. The straw got broke when it hit the ground. But so she did that a couple days ago. So where she sits in her recliner on the right side, she has the wall next to her, and she keeps a clipboard down on the floor. And we just recently started thinking of movies and shows that we can start watching, you know, just for, you know, TV viewing time. And she gets up to go use the restroom. So when she gets up, I come over to get the clipboard. Well, she just got through getting her a soda pop in the cup, and she, like a Coke, and she puts a squeeze of lime in there, and same one, you know, same situation. She got another straw, and she puts it right there. There's a little table right there. She puts it there. Okay, so I have to reach around that to get to the clipboard down there on the down there in between the wall and her recliner. So as I go to reach for it, I think I support my hand on the chair, and I reach for it with my left hand. So I don't know why I didn't see the straw sticking up. Excuse me. I reached down to get it, hit that straw, cup falls, lid comes off, another pop mess. I have to pull her recliner out, sop up all the soda pop. She got a bucket of Pine Sol and mop water ready for me. Had to clean up that mess. It's like, what is going on? We're both 60 years old, you know, but I don't remember, you know, I guess it's age. I don't know. I don't remember being that clumsy before, you know. It's just like I was hurrying and I wasn't paying no attention, but we can't see these straws sticking up, I guess. What's with these straws? Are they invisible? I mean, or do they become invisible so that they trick you so you can hit them and knock them up? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. What else? What else? What else? Is there anything else? We've been playing this game called Outsmarted. You ever heard of that? You use like your tablets or your phone. I guess you got to get the app, you know, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's got all kinds of different genres you can choose from, but you go around and you go around the board on your, you can see on your tablet, and there's what they call ring questions. So in the corners, and I think in the centers, there's a ring. You need to get 4 rings to win the game. And the rings are a certain, like the orange ring is like Stranger Things topic. The red ring is like 70s music. The blue one is like, 80s movies or something like that. Just they're topics like that. Look it up, Outsmarted. It's a board game too. If you want to just do it by the board, on the board, it's a board game, but you can do it through your tablets too, and which I think it's more fun. You get a huge dice for the board, but if you don't use that, then it just, on your tablet, it just rolls itself, But it's fun. We've been playing that a lot here lately. Jeremy says he wants to invest in a recurve bow. It's like a beginner's bow. It's a long bow, kind of like a long bow, but it's a recurve, and on the ends of the bow, it's curved. And this is like a bow and arrow bow. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what I've been talking about here lately, but my brother-in-law that passed away, he left his compound bow in the shed, and I started using it just recently a lot, and I'm getting into it. But that compound bow, anybody that's experienced with compound bows, it takes a lot of strength to pull one back, depending on the poundage of the pull that you're dealing with. But this one, it's kind of hard for me to get. There's a point where you pull it back and it kind of rests just a little bit, and then you can settle in on the pose, and I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good, but it's just getting it to the point of where I need to be. And I keep thinking, I think I'd like to get like a longbow type of a bow, not the compound bow, but I would love to try just a regular one. And Jeremy says, well, let's go out to, have you guys heard of Shields? Shields? I think it's like a sporting goods type place. But they have all kinds of stuff there. They even have a Lego department. So he wants to go out there because he wants to go out there and look. We looked up, and there's a recurve bow for $120. He says that's not too bad. So we're gonna want to get one of those, get some arrows, I want to see if I can get him to get us a quiver to put the arrows in, and maybe some wrist protectors, something to protect us from the bow recoil of the string. So so that sounds fun. I don't know when we're gonna do that, but my neighbor said he's gonna bring Jeremy and I over his Gamo. I think it's called Gamo, G-A-M-O. It's a pellet gun. He says, but the thing is loud, like a 22. It's loud like that. He says it's just a single shot pellet gun. You crack open the middle and you put in a single pellet, shoot, and shoot it like that. He says it shoots hard, and he says it can be pretty dangerous. It's kind of weird because it doesn't take a CO2 and it doesn't have a, you know, a cap on the pellets, of course, but it's like compression through the barrel, I guess. I don't know, but sounds interesting. He hasn't brought it over yet for us to play with, but I might have to bug him about it. He gets so much going on, he don't remember anything he tells us that he wants to do. So, but he's a good guy. We like him. But yeah, I'm just getting into stuff like that. What else? My wife just tells me that over in Jinx, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, that they're getting ready to start some bridge construction, and they say the project was halted because there's an eagle's nest right nearby that has a male and female nesting. They don't know. I don't think they know that there's eggs or not in there, but they said they're going to wait until they leave or get done with nesting there before they start the project. And I thought that was really cool. I'm a nature guy, so I respect people that will go out of their way to protect animal life, you know, especially endangered. And I think my wife reminded me that the eagles, bald eagles, you can't mess with them. That's illegal. Illegal eagles. That's illegal to do anything to bother them or try to relocate their nest or just, you know. So I thought that was pretty cool. They won't stay there forever. They relocate. Pretty sure they do. Hawks do. Why not eagles? We had some hawks at the campus, the college campus, and they had a baby, and they're not there anymore. So they had their baby and they relocated their nest. Oh, that's good. That is good. It's warming me up. Are you guys enjoying the Chat Fest? It's the end of the month, so that's when you're hearing it. So hope that you guys have been able to find some other stuff to occupy yourselves and stuff. And you don't need Jerry. You don't need Jerry's reviews. You can find other stuff just as good as Jerry's reviews. Oh, shoot. But yeah, I got some stored up, you know. I'm just doing them every once in a while, and I'll be able to fill the end of the month with some stuff, give y'all some stuff to watch. But it's just been nice. I haven't been to the liquor store in 2 or 3 weeks now, maybe more than that. Because for one thing, I have stuff. I still have stuff to review, so I haven't had to go back. But when you're reviewing all the time, you want to keep stuff on hand, so you look more, or you go to the liquor store more, spend more money. So it's been nice to be kind of relaxed, not have to worry about it so much. You're gonna get a load of them at the end of the month. Well, this is the end of the month. That's when you're seeing this. But it may not be that every time. But oh, that's good. But anyway, yeah, we're a little worried our neighbors over here next to us are going to be moving out, like sometime this year. And we met the construction guys that I guess are going to buy their property, and they're going to either turn it into a B&B or just a rent house. Jeremy's like, oh man, I hope they don't do a B&B, because we're gonna have different people here all the time. We don't know what we're gonna get. And over there, the backyard is like a forest. Nobody ever goes back there. So when we're back here, we get the privacy of not having to worry about, like right now, if all that forestry back there was gone. Can you see it over there? If all that was gone, then, and there's somebody was living there, they'd be in the backyard and they'd be looking at me, wondering what I'm doing. And I'd say, mind your own business. I'm doing a review here. But you get the point. So it's been nice that nobody ever goes back there. It's a shame. They have 3 or 4 kids, but the kids don't have no room to play anywhere. The whole yard is just covered with trees. I mean, it's just small trees. It looks like what this property that we live in now looked like back when we moved in. I loved my brother-in-law, but he didn't take care of his yard. It was a forest back here. A family of deer could have lived back here and you wouldn't even known it. So that's how thick it was. But anyway, that's what it's like over there. It's a mess. Excuse me. But anyway, the guy I talked to said, hey, you just wait. You know, when we start working on this place, the backyard is going to look all clear, all nice. Clear of, you know, trees and weeds and this, that, and other. There's a couple of rotten old barns right here too. They're going to probably tear those down. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm a little stressed out about it, but hopefully it'll go all right. Might have to put I don't know how we do it. We probably have to take out a loan, but I'd like to put up like a privacy fence. So just in case. We'll see how it goes. So there's that possibility. And then across the street over here, there's a huge lot, like 3 lots. And there's supposedly supposed to be 2 or 3 houses built over there. So we may have neighbors across the street too. And like 4 or 5 years ago, we had neighbors across the street, but that house burned down. So if they build back there again, might have neighbors across the street again. That was a pain when those people lived over there. They were into drugs and drug deals and just noisy bunch, and just, yeah, we didn't care for them. So we'll see. You'll probably hear about it. I'll include it in on my chat fest sometime. Well, I better end this here. It's probably getting close to dinner time. So, but I've enjoyed talking to you guys, and yeah, let me know some of the stuff I told you, asked you, maybe you have answers to. Like, I don't necessarily know what a quad is. I know it's 4. In the Terry Goodkind books, a quad is 4 men, and they're bad men. So if you guys, are you familiar with Terry Goodkind, Wizard's First Rule, and all those books? That's one of my favorite authors. He passed away, but he did a lot of good books before he passed away, and I'm kind of into him. I've already read the whole Wizard's First Rule books. Like, I'm starting to read them again. It's probably the 5th time I've read them. I just like the story. It's really cool. But anyway, there's that, and I can't remember what else I asked you guys. You have to write down stuff. That's what I have to do, because I don't have memory anymore. My memory bank is full. There's just a little bit left. Should I go ahead and finish it in front of you? Whew. Well, that alcohol is showing through at the bottom. Wow. it's good, but it's like I just took a shot of whiskey. Ooh, man. Is the cherry showing through anymore? Just a little bit. It's still on the aftertaste for me. But it's good. Here it is. Let me know if you've tried it. Good stuff. Hey, did you guys know? Hello? Hello? Did you know that Boone's Farm has been discontinued? I just found this out. I was talking to Ty at Burton's Liquor Mart. I said I was thinking about revisiting some bum wines, and Boone's Farm holds a special place in my heart because it was a wine that I drank in the 80s when I lived with my brother and his wife. We would drive, did I already tell this story? We'd drive up the Poudre Canyon. Yeah, I've already said this. We drove up the Poudre Canyon up to Estes Park, and I would drink the Boone's Farm. Did I already tell this story? I don't think I told the story about the Boone's Farm has been discontinued. Anyway, some of you might not have heard this yet, but Boone's Farm has been discontinued. It's been around for years. Well, since the 80s at least, maybe further than that. I couldn't believe that they'd been discontinued. Makes me sad. I mean, they were like $3 to $5, I think, for a bottle. They were cheap, but they were good. I would drink a whole bottle by myself in the 80s just to, on the way up to Estes Park and get a buzz, and we'd go to, at that time, Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not was in Estes Park. I don't know if it's still there or not, but we'd go there and just hang out and just drive around Estes Park. And there's all kinds of shops there. My wife's saying it's time. Anyway, it was a fun time. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.